Proprioception is your body's ability to sense its position and movement in space. It's how you know where you are without actually looking. This awareness is the foundation of stability, which allows you to control movement efficiently and prevent unnecessary strain. A key part of stability is axial extension, or the ability to lengthen through your spine while maintaining control. This isn't just about standing tall. It's about how your central nervous system processes sensory feedback to adjust position, engage the right muscles, and create a sense of ease in movement. When we improve proprioception, we enhance stability, making axial extension feel more natural and sustainable. In today's class, we'll use slow, controlled movements to heighten this awareness, helping your central nervous system refine its connection to your body for better posture, coordination, and overall movement quality. When you're ready, grab a yoga block if you have one, or a small pillow if you don't, and we'll get started on our backs lying down. I also suggest you bring your hair, if you have long hair, up to the top of your head so it's off the nape of your neck so you can really bring your entire spine down to the ground. We'll start lying down on our backs, knees point up towards the ceiling, and your feet are flat on the ground, about hip distance apart. If you have a block, you can go ahead and bring it in between your thighs on this narrow, tall setting for a little bit more stability and control in your central body here. Take a moment, bring your hands up to the top of your head, gently lift it as you tuck your chin and bring the highest part of your spine or the back of your neck onto the floor. Slight tuck of your chin down, almost as if you have a tennis ball underneath your chin. Now bring your hands to your hips and take a moment here to rotate your hips so that you feel your low back or your sacrum press into your mat. If someone had a piece of paper, they wouldn't be able to slip it underneath your back. You're squeezing your thighs towards one another, especially if you have that block. And now bring your hands down to your belly, right around your belly button. We're going to take 5 deep diaphragmatic breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Exhale to let everything go. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. 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 Last one, inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Take a moment after your 5th breath here. Notice, have your hips moved? Could you still avoid slipping a piece of paper underneath the back of your back? Does it still feel like your chin is tucked down? Would there be a tennis ball tucked underneath your chin? Or did you adjust during those movements? It's okay if you did, but it's important to notice when we lose that unconscious control. For our second exercise, we'll stay exactly where we are, but we're really going to focus on holding that axial extension position, where your spine is long and lengthened from the bottom of your tailbone all the way up through the nape of your neck that connects into your skull. Take a moment again, hands come to your head, gently lift it up, pull your chin down towards your chest, and let the very, very top of your spine rest into your space. Hands come down to your hips. Gently rotate them up as you press your low back into the mat below you. Squeeze a pillow or block in between your thighs. Spread your toes wide and press each toe down into your mat. Maybe you start to activate through your glutes. Remember that tuck of your chin. Hands can come to your hips, and we're going to hold for 30 seconds here. Squeeze your thighs gently together. Pull that chin down. Continue to breathe without losing that extension. You might start to feel it in your core, in your glutes, in your inner thighs. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Gently release. Staying in the same position, hands come to your hips. This time we're going to focus in on our pelvis. That chin stays down and tucked. Feet are wide on the ground. Gently start to squeeze your inner thighs towards one another as you pull just the very bottom 3 vertebrae or so off your mat. Think about pulling your pubic bone forward and up towards your knees. And then gently release it down 1 vertebrae at a time. We'll take that again. Activate your inner thighs. Start to squeeze, lift your pelvis. Tuck of your chin. Exhale as you lower it down. We'll take 8 more. Gently squeeze and inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Squeeze and inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Squeeze to lift. Exhale, lower, halfway there. Pull your chin down if it's lifted. Jiggle your jaw side to side. And come back to squeeze, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, squeeze, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last 2. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Last 1. Exhale to lower. Lift your knees up over your hips, ankles in line with your knees, knees stacked over your hips. Hands come to your hips to help rotate your pelvis back. Flush your low back onto the ground. Slight tilt of your chin. And actually, if you still have your block handy, you could bring it behind your head to offer a little bit of neck support here. This will help you naturally pull your chin down into that position that we had it in earlier. Hands are going to come to your hips, and with control, we're going to keep the angle in the knee here, this 90-degree bend, and we're going to hinge from our hips to lower the entire leg down one at a time. Your heel touches, your toes are still lifted, and then squeeze it back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Can you keep your low back pressed on the mat? Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Keep that back flat on the ground. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Your toes point up to the ceiling. Inhale to lift. You'll start to feel it in your core. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. 2 more. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Last set. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. For the next exercise, bring your block underneath your hips. On the lowest and widest setting, we're still in our floor bridge position here. Hands are going to come towards your hips. Chin pulls down as we've had it before to really lengthen your spine as much as you can. Hands are going to come to the hips, and you're going to start to squeeze your inner thighs towards one another like we did in our previous exercise. You'll feel your glutes start to activate, inner thighs start to activate, and most importantly, you'll feel your hip tips start to pull back towards your ribs. Hands come to your hips to feel this engagement right here in your hip flexors, and you're going to squeeze and press your hip tips straight up towards the ceiling. Think about lifting your thumb up. Exhale, lower without increasing the angle here in your hips. Squeeze to lift. Exhale to lower. Squeeze to lift off the block. Exhale to lower to the block. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 5 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Pull your chin down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Release the tension in your jaw. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Give it a little squeeze. Hold at the top. Can you press your hips up a little bit higher, squeezing through your glutes? And exhale, lower it down. Gently rock your knees side to side on your block to release the tension in your low back. And then gently remove your block from underneath you, roll over onto a side, and we will come up to a tabletop position. In our tabletop, let's talk about our alignment here. Knees are stacked directly underneath your hips, and they're going to be hip distance apart. Same thing with your feet. You want them to be the same distance as your knees and your hips. Palms come right underneath your shoulders. Maybe take a little march with your palms here to really ensure that they're directly underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to bend your elbows. So you always want to keep a little bend in your elbow to help engage your core and your glutes and your largest muscles in the body. Elbows are going to bend straight back, so elbow points come towards your thigh, elbow creases point forwards, almost as if you're squeezing your elbow points towards one another. Spread your fingers wide, actively press down into all of your fingers. Now pull your belly button up towards your spine as if someone's going to serve tea on your back. Your chin, as always, comes slight tuck down to elongate your cervical spine and get as much length as you can from the top of your head through the bottom of your hips. We're going to take some tabletop rollbacks here, keeping the axial extension in your spine. Bend at your knees, press your hips towards the ground. And then squeeze your glutes to lift yourself back up to tabletop. Exhale to lower. Keep that bend in your elbows. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Squeeze your glutes to lift yourself up. Exhale to lower. Squeeze and lift. Release any tension in your jaw. Take a moment to adjust your palms. We'll take 5 more. Elbows bend back. Send your gaze down. Send your hips back. Squeeze and lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Squeeze and lift. Staying in our neutral tabletop position, we're going to go for some shoulder taps here. Pull that chin back down, find that long neutral spine, bend in your elbows, and we're going to move one hand at a time to our shoulder, taking shoulder taps. Lift your right hand to your left shoulder. Keep your shoulders and your hips exactly where they are. Drop your right hand back down. Press into your right hand, lift your left hand off the ground without moving anything else. Left hand comes to your right shoulder, lower it down. Lift your right hand up, keep everything stable. Lower your right hand down, lift your left hand up, lower your left hand down. We have 5 more on each side. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. We have 3. We have 2. We have 1. Great work. We'll move into a bird dog variation, lifting one knee at a time up off the ground. Find that stable base for your palms underneath your shoulders. Pull the chin down. Really square all of your weight evenly into each of your 4 appendages on the ground. Start to engage your core. Inhale to lift your right leg long. Toes point down towards the ground. Your hips stay down towards the ground. And lower your right knee down. We'll take 5 on the right leg and then we'll switch to the left. Lift your right leg long. Lower your right leg down. Lift your right leg long. Lower it down. Can you keep your shoulders and your hips squared to the ground? Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower it down. Switch your sides. Shift a little bit of weight into your right knee this time, keeping your shoulders down to the ground, your hips down to the ground. Fingers wide. Pull your chin in. And exhale to lift your left leg long. Toes point to the ground. Pull your knee back in. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let it go. Come down to your knees. Rock out your wrists, give them a little jiggle. Roll over onto your back, and we will take our final exercise. Your block is going to come tall and narrow, back between your thighs, knees above your hips, ankles in line with your knees, toes point up towards the ceiling. Hands can come to a cactus on the ground, palms facing towards the earth. As you pull those ribs in, really press your low back into your mat. We're going to take some slight rotations here. Your knees are going to point towards the left first, keeping your palms on the ground, keeping everything in alignment. Come about 45 degrees to the left. Rotate back through center. And then exhale your knees about 45 degrees to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. 2 more on each side. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Unclench your jaw. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Last set. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Gently remove your block. You can either bring it underneath your back for a little restorative bridge, rocking your knees from side to side, or you can remove it completely. Gently lower down into child's pose. Knees go wide, your toes come to touch behind you, and you'll bring a block in front of you so you can rest your forehead on it. This is going to help keep your spine in one long, natural line rather than curving back down like we normally see in a child's pose. Bring your palms wide in front of you, really ground into all of your fingers, and take a moment here to rock your chin up towards your chest to help lengthen out that spine. Really press your forehead into your block to start to massage your forehead, the space between your eyebrows. You can take a little rock from side to side, giving as much rotation as feels good in your neck. As long as you keep that chin pulled in tight. The block will help you rotate your forehead horizontally rather than adding extra arc to this rotation. You have 10 more seconds here. Continue to rock. Unclench your jaw. Pull your chin towards your chest. And think about pressing your palms into your mat to help shift your hips back a little bit more, lengthening through your spine. As you come back to center, gently press yourself back up. Great work today. Proprioception isn't just about movement, it's about awareness. By focusing on small adjustments, stability, and axial extension, you're training your nervous system to move with more control and ease. If this was your first time tuning into your body's internal awareness, keep practicing. Proprioception is a skill that improves over time. If you want to dive deeper into how proprioception works and why it's so important, check out my Intro to Proprioception video. Thank you for moving with me today. Let me know how this felt in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.